Atom holders and fellow cosmonauts, there has been a lot of exciting things and new traction recently in the Cosmos ecosystem surrounding the Cosmos Hub and Atom, but also the entirety of the ecosystem. I think it's just right now at the verge of exploding. And in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about that, the most recent development updates, as well as the release of the Cosmoverse agenda, because there will be exciting and big announcements specifically around Atom. Let's go one by one and first start with the prices, right? We've seen that Bitcoin, even though it's been below 20K for a few days, recovered, shot back up above 21,000. However, Atom has been a bit of an outperformer in the last few days, currently trading at $16, around $16, and it just shot up overnight here to almost $17, right? I think in some exchanges it went even above $17. Now, why is Atom going up that much? I don't know. I think it has just been severely undervalued over the past few weeks and months. Also, I think right now Atom has a very strong narrative around interchain security and Atom becoming the interchain service provider for other chains. And I made a bunch of videos on what that actually means. But interchain security will be the first step. There has already been the pre-release announced, as well as the first consumer chains, which is basically the equivalent of parachains on Polkadot, such as Quicksilver as well as Neutron. But a lot more are in the pipeline. And at Cosmoverse, we look into the agenda in a second. There will be a lot of announcements regarding interchain security as well as consumer chains. But so this is one thing, is that the killer application for Cosmos, which is ICS, will inaugurate the era for the Cosmos Hub to become an interchain service provider over the future, right? And that's a position and a use case and a USP that no other chain in Cosmos has, which is why I personally believe Atom is still a strong representation of the Cosmos ecosystem. It's also a launch pad for Cosmos technology, has been over the years. And I think that's a very, very strong narrative that is just now coming to life, basically. That's the first exciting update about the Cosmos Hub. The second exciting update, which also will be announced at Cosmoverse, is the whole tokenomics, right? And Atom has been criticized for this over the past few years because of the high inflation, because of the whole question about utility. But there will be a proposal to redesign the Atom tokenomics, which will affect inflation, which will also affect in correlation to interchain security. But a redesign of Atom tokenomics has been overdue. Atom is in a very, very good position to become a very, very high ranked coin, right? And obviously right now, Atom is ranked on 21, even after that pump. It's not even at the top 20, which I personally see as an opportunity and as a feature, not a bug, right? That means that there's a lot of upside still. I would be less excited if Atom was already in the top 3 or top 5, because that means that the gains would already have been made. However, this leaves a lot of room for Atom to climb up the rankings. And I think with Atom 2.0 announcements that will touch on the inflation, the use cases, potentially introduce a fee burn or something like that. Personally, I don't know anything, to be honest, but I'm equally excited as everyone about announcements at Cosmoverse. But those two killer features will be released at Cosmoverse. I think overall, in terms of reach, community, traction, social media mentions, Atom is just flying right now, and it's just severely undervalued, right? But yeah, so this is about Atom. If we look into my portfolio challenge, we can actually see I'm not doing that bad. I mean, it's just down 29%, right? And I made a previous update about the whole portfolio challenge, where it's standing, all the actions that I took over the past few weeks and months in terms of dollar cost averaging, compounding, using the products. And it's just beautiful to see that, it's reflecting in numbers. And this is real numbers, my friends. This is not some made up hypothetical stuff. This is real numbers. And you can also track my YouTube channel if you want to learn about future episodes and see how I'm doing. Also, if we look here at Osmo, the Osmo coin itself, finally some light at the end of the tunnel. It's been rough, even below $1 for a long time. Finally, we're getting closer to $1.50. and then hopefully go back to $2, $3, $4. Personally, I'm extremely bullish on Osmosis. I think Osmo, Atom, Juno, Evmos, Stargaze, like basically the investment portfolio that I'm having are blue chips. I consider these Cosmos blue chips. Osmosis is the premier interchain DEX. There has been some exciting new pools there, which I wanted to introduce to you. And the most exciting pool that I think is right now on Osmosis is the Atom ST Atom pool. That is normal Atom as well as liquid staked Atom through Stride. And I've done tons of content around that. I also had an interview with Stride that you can find here on my YouTube channel. There's currently $1.8 million in liquidity. They just launched this pool, I think 2 or 3 days ago. And you can provide liquidity here. Currently, there's no Osmo incentives. However, there is already STRD, which is a native coin of Stride, STRD incentive. Stride launched mainnet a few days ago, and they immediately launched this pool. And the Stride coin also just launched. So they have a price now. We're going to look into this in a second. But if you provide liquidity here, you are currently earning the swap fees, which is 0.3%, obviously proportional to the amount of liquidity you hold in the pool, as well as STRT incentives. And if you want to know what's the current price of STRD, you actually have to go to frontier.osmosis.zone, which is the permissionless front end. And you can look for the Stride Osmo pool here, and you can see one Stride is currently $1.58. So Stride launched a brand new coin in Cosmos on mainnet. We have a STRD Osmo pool as well as an ST Atom pool, liquid staked Atom and Atom, which means mitigated risk for impermanent loss. Plus, you're earning at least one half of the pool is earning simulated staking rewards for Atom, and you're earning STRD rewards for providing liquidity there, right? I haven't done the math yet on the current APRs. And if you want to liquefy your staked Atom, what you currently have to do, you have to actually unstake or buy new Atom, connect your wallet here, and then you can click here, did you want to stake? And then boom, liquid stake, how much you want to liquid stake. And then it will tell you here the rewards, the fees, and also the unbonding. And if you want to learn more, watch my video number 1 and number 2, read all the documentation here. I'm not going to go into detail yet. Sticking with the topic of DeFi, I also wanted to provide a little update on Crescent. I think it's been a bit under the radar recently, but there's some interesting pools here as well. The B-Cree pool, for example, still has around 70% APR, $3.8 million in liquidity. That's also a liquid staked and liquid Cree pool here, which is really exciting. And also the BLD B-Cree pool, which I find exciting, right? Because I'm personally a big fan of BLD. I know the whole token sale coin list, that's not ideal. We're more used in Cosmos to have less VC money, more community driven or community orientation, but it's all fine. It is what it is. However, the BLD pool here and B-Cree pool here has an APR of 75%, which is very, very intriguing. So I'm personally providing liquidity here, but you have to do your research on the tokenomics of BLD and also on the potential impermanent loss here that you're suffering. Now, let's talk about the most exciting updates for me personally also, because I'm a co-founder of Cosmoverse, and it is going to happen in 2.5 weeks, September 26th to 28th in Medellin, Colombia. So I'm already here in Medellin, which in my opinion is the best city in the world. And we actually just announced the Cosmoverse agenda, right? And you can read that here on Twitter, or else you could also go on our website, cosmoverse.org, and then you navigate to agenda, and you can see it here. It's a bit of a nicer layout, day 1, day 2, day 3. We'll have the opening speech, obviously, by the organizers, a bunch of special performances and things that we haven't fully announced yet. There will be a presentation about Medellin, the software valley, which is a theme of the city. Extremely honored and pumped to have Ethan Buckman, the co-founder of Cosmos, to make the opening speech for Cosmos, followed by a panel regarding interchain security. So the kickoff will already be around Atom in the Cosmos Hub. Then we'll have OG, Sunny, and Zaki, as well as Jake, Dian, Jung from Crescent, Federico, Eric, and Manfred from No Land. So that's an incredibly strong lineup for the opening segment of Cosmoverse, the first half of day one. Then we have a pretty good lunch break, 1 hour and 10 minutes. Then we do have Neutron, and I can already tell you, like, all of these projects will have major announcements, right? It's not just Atom 2.0 and Interchain security. It's also announcements about Evmos, about Crescent, about No Land, Injective. They will all have announcements, right? Agoric will have announcements, JUNO as well. And then Babylon Chain, which is something that I think most people are not familiar with, but there's also a brand new Cosmos chain. So they will be announcing their project at Cosmoverse on day one. Then we have Honor and Marco that are absolute OGs and legends in Cosmos, talking about the Builders program. Then an interesting speech that we cannot publish yet, but if everything is confirmed, it will be an amazing presentation, followed by Angela Ocando, who is the director at Blockchain Education at Platzi. And Platzi is the largest education platform in Latin America. They have 3 million users, the majority in Colombia and Mexico. She will talk about the road to Web3. Then we have a very cool LATAM panel with my friend Matt Crypto, with Milstein, Deepa, who works at Lemon Argentina, also very, very big and successful project in Argentina. So this is a Mexico / Argentina / Colombia panel. Then the final segment of day one will be Saga, Composable Finance, amazing project, Axelar, and the final panel about IBC. And this is just day one, guys. This is absolutely amazing. I think every single presentation on that agenda is fire. If we go through day two, we will open day two with a liquid staking segment. So we have everybody that's doing liquid staking in Cosmos, at least almost everybody. We have Quicksilver, Persistence, Stride, which I just talked to you about, as well as a panel with, Lido will speak, and then a panel with Stride, P-Stake, Osmosis, Crescent, and Zaki from Sommelier, because Zaki proposed the liquid staking module, which allows you to not have to unbond your staked assets. However, you can just bring your already staked assets, and with one click, you can liquefy them. So that's a killer feature that will also bring liquid staking to the next level, but it requires still a lot of implementation effort. So that's why Stride does not have it at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. Then we have a cool segment about DeFi stuff, Civ Chain, Dennis Faidev, super excited to meet him from Ignite, Brent Umi. Then we have Delphi Labs, Jose Maria Maceo, so that's really cool, as well as Akash Network, the CTO, Adam Bozanic, who's speaking. And then to wrap this segment up, we have an MEV on Cosmos Fireside with Skip and Mechatech. MEV is a big topic, and Cosmos has already solutions for it. So they will talk about this. Lunch break. Then we have a little refi segment with Chain for Energy that just announced an airdrop, by the way, as well as REGEN Network, Gregory Lindua, absolute legend in Cosmos as well. The REGEN team has also maintained the Cosmos SDK for years. Then we have Torbear, Secret Foundation, Secret Network. This man doesn't need an introduction. Anoma also deals with privacy. Really excited to learn more about that project. Then we have a very cool Bridging CosmWasm panel with Composable, with Halburn, which is a major security auditing firm, as well as Confio, the godfather of CosmWasm. Ethan Frey himself is coming. I'm really excited. Have met him a couple of times. And this panel will be moderated by Matt Crypto, who is a big content creator in Mexico. Then after the coffee break, we have an NFT segment with Stargaze, Omniflix, Loop Finance, Desmos, Calipar, Key Foundation, and more. So the NFT segment will be cool. Also at Cosmoverse, we have an NFT gallery. So there will be also an exhibition for NFTs and NFT projects. Day 3, the final day, which is actually the main day, and I will show you why in a second. We have Enrico Tallin from Commercio. He's the godfather of Cosmos, also an absolute OG in the space. Then we have Arena from Citadel One. They're building this very cool wallet that I also use in my investment challenge to track my portfolio. Cyber Protocol, They killed it last year with a mainnet launch at Cosmoverse. And this year, Dimitri will be here in person. I'm really excited to meet him. Sarah from Loom Network also will be there and give a speech on day 3. Then we have a small fireside chat with Dimi and Adam from Akash. Really excited because I think they will talk a lot about communities, and I think that's also a cool panel, a cool fireside here. Then we have a little bit of a coffee break. Then a baller segment with Archway, Celestia, Ledger, and then Comdex, as well as the intro protocol with Dian and Saki to talk a little bit about stablecoin environment in Cosmos. And the intro protocol will have a big announcement here by Dian and Saki. But also Celestia, absolute massive project. Archway also about to launch. And Ledger, I think they don't need any introduction. They're one of the most well-known companies in crypto. Now, after that, we have a segment after the lunch break with Mauricio Tovar, who is very well known in Colombia and Latam. He's also advising and consulting big institutions and companies in Latam. Then we have the DYDX grants team with Derek Siu, who is the co-founder of Reverie, which is the grants section of DYDX. So they help fund and grow the DYDX ecosystem. And Dan Edelbeck, co-founder of Say Network. Say has done waves recently on Twitter, also with a recent announcement of their fundraiser, which involves Multicoin, the company or the fund from Kyle Samani. And yeah, they will be there. Multicoin, by the way, will also be present at Cosmoverse. Then we have a panel, which I'm really excited about. Michael Perglin, big supporter of Cosmoverse, Camila Garzon from Edge and Node, and Youssef, who has been involved also in designing Atom 2.0, moderated by none other than Chango, who is an absolute gem in Cosmos. Then, after the lunch break, we will have the announcement segment. Yelena will kick it off, and she will announce something that I personally don't know details about, but she will announce something big, probably one of the biggest announcements ever in Cosmos, at least for Atom and the Cosmos Hub, followed by a massive panel. Saki Manian, Ethan Buckman, Tyler from Strangelove, Sam Hart, and Yelena. And I have the honor to moderate that panel. And this will be the big Atom 2.0 reveal. So really excited about this. And after that panel, we are working on a very cool show to end Cosmoverse. And I think this show has the potential to bring Cosmoverse to an absolute next level. But yeah, we'll announce this very soon. This is the agenda here. I went through it in detail. You can look it up yourself. It's on the website. We'll also announce details around the workshops, which is one thing that I'm really, really proud of, to put these workshops together. We have a lot of partnerships with coding academies, different programmer schools and groups. Then we also have a JUNO Hackers Lounge that we're also now finalizing and announce very shortly what this is all about, and a bunch of side events. So Cosmoverse is not just Atom 2.0. Cosmos is a full week of baller announcements, presentations, networking, keynotes, side events, you name it, to see you in Medellin, Colombia for Cosmoverse.